Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another Sacred Union Energy Update. We're doing another Sacred Union Energy Update. We're going to have one today, and I think we'll have one at the end of the week, more towards Friday. But we are going to be having a live stream channeling and chat. I'm hoping to schedule that for Wednesday. So if you're in the United States and you're celebrating Thanksgiving, it's going to be the evening of Thanksgiving. I thought that would be just a little something special that we could do, a little something fun. I have some housekeeping and announcements, so make sure that you stay tuned for this because it's going to have some special offers for you guys. First, what is this book doing here? This is actually the book that I wrote and published last fall around this time. Last November. It is called East of Everywhere. It's a novel in my other world. I am a fiction author. This is my fourth book, and it just got the news today that it received positive praise from Writer's Digest, which I'm very, very excited about. So what does that mean for you guys? Just like last year, I ran a special that if you order any of my books and you let me know, we will do a little bit of a channeling for you. So I'm going to offer that as well. If you purchase any of my books, signed copies are available on my author website. I'll put links in the description box for you guys. Then I will do a written channeling for you. It'll be a 3-card pull and a written emailed channeling. If you order off of an online website like Amazon, etc., all I would ask is that you just send me the receipt. I do have signed copies available through my website. That's going to be available up until probably around Christmas time, so that everything can get shipped out. So if you guys are readers, if you just want to support my work, if you just want a cool book, or if you just want a channeling, this is a cool way to help support me, help support my authorship, and get a channeling as well. So that is this. What else do I have? Oh, okay, so Patreon. Pick a Pile and Romance Reading is going to be available this week. Make sure that you're checking that out. I'm going to be recording those and channeling those today and tomorrow. The Romance Reading is a bonus reading for Ascension Connections tier subscribers. That's the highest level tier subscribers. The Pick a Pile will be available for the Spiritual Connection subscribers as well this week. I wasn't able to get to it last week. I'm a little bit scattered. I had an amazing vacation. I'm not ready to come back. And then I had a full weekend of work and hockey. If you guys saw the collective message that I posted, thank you guys so much for all of the love. That was my heart to yours. So thank you guys for checking that out and for your love and for your support. So what else? I am doing some cleanup before the end of the year. You'll notice some changes on my channel. You'll notice some changes on my social media as well. I'm just getting things a little bit more organized to roll into the new year. We're finishing up some projects. Make sure that you stay tuned to my website. Make sure that you're subscribed to my newsletter for a December newsletter where we'll roll out some exciting new projects, including the Tarot Planner for 2023. It is going to be the last year that I'm doing the Tarot Planner, but I have some goodies for you if you purchase the 2023 Tarot Planner. It's a digital version, but I'll have some goodies in there for you as well, so you won't be lost without a Tarot Planner for congruent years. And we're also going to have the 2023 year ahead readings. They're going to be announced starting in December. As you guys know, I am closed to readings except for emergency support readings. A number of you guys have been coming to me for those emergency support readings, and I'm happy to do them. Just please be patient with me because I'm closed for a purpose. I'm closed for my own journey, my own ascension. I'm experiencing a lot, my own health, and to be able to finish projects for you guys going into next year. So please use your discernment when you are purchasing those emergency support readings. I do enjoy having those available for you if necessary, and I'm very happy to do them. But again, please just use your discernment as far as booking them. I will be back with select services beginning in January. It's not going to be my full set of services. I'm going to roll into it slowly because there is a lot of projects and a lot of community projects that I want to get out for you guys, and I'm just one person. And thankfully I'm growing a team, and I'm very, very grateful for them. But when it comes to channeling, I am just one person, and it takes a lot of energy to do this kind of work. So I really appreciate your patience, and I appreciate your support and your compassion as I make my way through personal readings, projects, and these collective channelings as well. All right, so that's the end of the announcements. Make sure that you stay tuned for the live stream channeling and chat that I'm hoping to have up on Wednesday. But I want to do a new moon reading for the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. Let me get, if I can get it out. I feel like I want to use this one. We're going to use this one first. We're going to do a new moon reading. It's the new moon in Sagittarius. Tonight into tomorrow, the 21st into the 22nd. On a personal note, the 22nd is the 5-year anniversary of reuniting with my divine counterpart. We've known each other since elementary school, but we weren't activated to this journey until 5 years ago. And I remember it distinctly because, number one, it just was extremely activating. It was not what I had expected, not what I had even anticipated or wanted, but it was beautiful nonetheless. When I turned around and I saw myself in somebody's eyes, I saw home and familiarity, and I remember getting in the car to leave and thinking, I don't know what this was, but something big is happening here, and it led to this journey and just a constant open heart. Very difficult, very challenging journey, lots of triggers, lots of wounding, going into the underside, the underworld of myself, seeing myself from a new perspective, seeing the world from a new perspective. That's what I mean by activating. It was the craziest journey of my life, and it is continuing. The journey continues. It does feel like there's been an ending, which we've been channeling for well over a year now. It does feel like there's been a journey's end of some sort. You can find those channelings here and on Susan Dawn Ascension Connections, my sister channel. But it does feel like a new phase is beginning, a new phase where it is not acting out of the wounded self, but acting from a shift in patterns, acting from a different place, embodying a new and higher frequency, that is. And when I look back at some of my old channelings, the energy that I was in when I was channeling, when I look back at some of my old writings, when I just reflect on who I was and the energy that I was in then, I cannot feel anything but gratitude for this journey and for my divine counterpart. The love that I feel for my divine counterpart is unconditional. It is truly unconditional, and I've realized what unconditional love means as well. I want nothing but the happiest life for him. I want nothing but health, happiness, and joy and success for him. Wherever that leads him on his journey, on his life journey. I never thought that I could experience that kind of love. We think we understand unconditional love until we are faced with challenges, until we are faced with difficulties, until we are faced with the experience of separation within ourselves and without. But what's left when you heal all those wounds and you shift your patterns and see your patterns with that level of self-awareness is you begin to understand there is no separation. And when there's no separation, all that remains is love. And it's been quite a journey of transformation of myself and my world around me as well. It was very difficult and challenging, but at the end of the day, it feels like it has been worth it to be here in this energy now, to have this sense of peace, to have this sense of love, to have this sense of faith and connectedness. Very challenging, but this journey makes you different and stronger and better and wiser and bolder, and embodying just all of your sacred self. Once you release the resistance, once you release and surrender to it. And sometimes that surrender is really hard fought as well. So that being said, tomorrow is the 5-year anniversary of my meeting my divine counterpart. Not meeting for the first time, but really becoming aware of this journey, really beginning to understand that I'm on a twin flame journey. Had no idea what twin flames was before I met him. Didn't want to know what twin flames was. Many times I still don't want to know what twin flames was, but I've just surrendered that this is part of my journey, and it's where I was guided. And as I said, and I think it was yesterday's sacred channeling, or the recent sacred channeling, or sacred union energy update, I just go where I've been guided. I have just led my whole journey with an open heart, and that open heart just keeps expanding, and opening. And at some point, I just had to surrender, feel my way through and heal my way through all of that doubt, and just surrender. And I've learned to just come to believe in and not doubt anymore what I channel or where I'm being led or the energy that I receive. Whatever my intuition is telling me, I've learned how to work my way through that doubt. And I think doubt is part of what divine feminines really face along this journey. Learning to trust your intuition, learning to follow your heart, learning to surrender to what is being shown to you. I think that's one of the most difficult parts for the divine feminine especially. But I do feel like that's part of her journey to rediscovering her sacred self. And for me, even when I'm channeling for you guys, there's sometimes that ego part of me that says, well, this doesn't apply to me. How can I be channeling this? What does this even mean? My greatest fear has always been that I want to make sure that I'm helping people versus harming people, that I'm uplifting people versus, just not wanting anybody to feel bad or feel hurt. But, I don't sugarcoat anything, obviously. It's tough love sometimes from spirit, but it's always said with a beautiful, open heart. It's always brought forth in beautiful, loving energy, because spirit will never be critical. Spirit will never be judgmental, because we're channeling directly with God's source. So it will never be judgmental, never be critical. But sometimes it does come forth as tough love energy, but it's always that loving, tough love energy. It's that parent kind of energy, right? But for myself, sometimes I would question and doubt my work, because it's all energy work. And sometimes I would trust the illusion of what I was seeing or not seeing as evidentiary in my physical world versus what I'm feeling intuitively, what I'm feeling energetically. And over the past year especially, I've just allowed myself to surrender and believe in and trust. When I look back at my entire life, even as a young kid, when I spoke with angels, didn't realize that's what I was doing at the time, didn't have the words for it, but I can look back and see how strong my connection was. And my connection to my intuitive self has always been strong. Even back when I was sick with illness, it saved my life. My intuition saved my life. So my intuition has always been incredibly, incredibly guiding and incredibly strong. But we have these crises of faith. We tend to doubt ourselves. We tend to look at the facts and think that everything else is just fiction. But there is so much more to this reality than we can wrap our minds around. It's I'm going to get it wrong because I'm channeling right now, so I'm going to butcher it, but it's Shakespeare. There is more that is dreamt of in your philosophy, Horatio, than you can even imagine. That is absolutely not the quote. Hold on. I was a lit major. I should know this. But I'm channeling and my mind goes blank. Hold on. What is the quote? It is, There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. It's from Hamlet. I knew I butchered that. I tried. But that's true. That's the truth. There is so much more to this universe. There's so much more to this world. There is so much more than this physical reality. And this ascension journey really teaches us that and shows us that. It teaches us to turn inwards. It teaches us to trust our intuition. It teaches us to expand the mind and open the heart. And the connection between the both. That is the union that we experience on this ascension journey through this sacred union path of ascension. It is essentially the balance of all things, the balance of the mind and the heart, the connection between the mind and the heart, the connection between the beautiful and powerful masculine energy with the depth and intuitive energy of the feminine energy. Okay, let's get going. So we have a new moon in Sagittarius. So we're moving out of Scorpio energy, and the Scorpio season really brought about some tower moments for us, really had us going deep within ourselves, possibly even reflecting, and really becoming aware of ourselves on a new level. For some, this might have been more about embodying the whole. For others, and I'm picking up on like specifically divine masculine, divine feminine here, for others, particularly the divine masculine, there might have been more insight, more clarity, more understanding. Conscious recognition is the phrase that they're giving me. More conscious recognition of themselves, not just from the 3D perspective, not just from the outside in, but from the inside out. More self-awareness, which brings about more of an understanding of self-responsibility, accountability, and inner authority. So there might have been some tower moments coming through as that ego was, in essence, breaking down. And when we're saying the words ego breakdown, it's not necessarily an ego death. It's more of an ego integration. It's where the ego tends to quiet so that the soul rises, the soul speaks louder, the soul is recognized as truth, while the ego is the identity. The soul is who you naturally are. But the ego is your personality. The ego is who you identify as in this lifetime. It's your patterns, it's your habits, it's your behaviors. It's your personality traits. And we need all those things to be uniquely us as human. And that's where we balance it out. That's where we integrate it all. All of us being unique threads in the tapestry of creation. You've heard me say that time and time again. Unique threads in the tapestry of creation. And that's where that oneness is. That's where that unity consciousness comes into play. That creation energy. That's what makes us beautifully unique and as one. Making up the whole tapestry. So moving out of that Scorpio energy and moving into Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius energy feels really action inspired. Inspired action, action inspired. All one and the same. I'm getting a lot of ideas kind of energy. You might have more ideas. I'm also getting a little bit of an impulsive energy. So you might feel a little bit more impulsive, especially with this new moon coming in. Impulsive as far as wanting to take action, wanting to make changes, especially when it comes to certain aspects of your life. This could be finances, this could be jobs, this could be projects, this could be relationships, whatever it is. There's I'm hearing the word improvement. So there's a deep desire for improvement where you're getting ideas, you're being divinely inspired, and you're wanting to take those steps forward to create whatever it is that new beginning is for yourself. And again, new beginnings, even though it can mean change, new beginnings are really positive energy, because as you grow and expand and move into a new and higher frequency, those beginnings, those physical changes are naturally going to be aligned to that. It's not like you're moving into a higher frequency and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I should go into a job that I really don't like and I'm not aligned with. It doesn't work like that. You might have some stepping stones, to get to where you really want to be. But that's all part of a process. Your journey is a process. So it could be that you're moving into a job that doesn't feel entirely aligned to, but your intuition is telling you, and there was an opportunity that came up. So, okay, you take it, and you're a little bit hesitant, but let's see how this works out. But then you realize that there are people there. Maybe they're soul family. Maybe there are people that you're networking with. Maybe this job opportunity is just kind of like a landing place for you to gain your finances, gain more stability so that you can jump off and start your own business, or move into a different role within that same company, or get a promotion, or whatever it is. This is just examples here. But sometimes there are stepping stones. But it's all about you aligning to opportunities that are matching that higher frequency. And ascension is all about moving into that higher frequency. And you do that by connecting deeper and deeper within yourself. Even though ascension is ascending upwards in frequency, raising your frequency, it's an inner spiral that goes down and down and down, deep and deep and deep into the core of yourself, into the core of your very soul. And so if you're staying on the shallow end, if you're staying in the surface level, then you're not truly going through this ascension process. Ascension is going deep within yourself, deep within the underworld, deep within the shadow aspects, bringing all of that to light, all of that up for your awareness, all of it up for your healing, your remembrance, for your growth, for you to shift, for you to change, for you to grow. And I feel like you've been through that. It reminded me of the 8-8 portal. We talked about this in the recent Sacred Union Energy update, how that was like an accelerated ascension, how that was like a wormhole. It was a corridor, an energetic portal corridor that kind of pushed you through this. You're showing me like the birth canal, pushing you through the birth canal. So you might have experienced some death and rebirth energy. And it might have been extremely painful, but the pain comes from the resistance. Allowing yourself to surrender brings about more ease and flow of the process. So the 8-8 portal was that open doorway leading you through this corridor, through this wormhole of this accelerated ascension. The full moon, the previous full moon eclipse, or the eclipse season, I should say, the whole of the eclipse season, ending with the full moon eclipse and the 11/11 portal, opened up a new doorway for new life, new beginning, new energy, new version of yourself. There might be some balancing out. There might be some integration and anchoring in that's happening. So it might feel a little bit like a void. It might feel a little bit turbulent as things balance out. It's almost like, as the pendulum comes into balance, it might feel a little bit rocky. But that's only because there was so much energy, and so much energy is being balanced out there. But Sagittarius season really feels like taking more steps, conscious steps, making conscious choices towards embodying that energy shift. And what I mean by that is really balancing out the words with the actions, the choices with the decisions, the actions with the decisions. It's really all about bringing it into balance and alignment. It's full embodiment. It's not just about having the thought, but how are you acting on the thought? It's not just about having the idea, but what steps are you taking to bring that idea into fruition? And trusting your intuition and using your discernment as far as what thoughts and what ideas are the ones to take steps forward towards on your journey. Okay, so let's see what's going on with the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine right now. Current energies for the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, and I want to get their union energy as well. Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine, nothing is set in stone. I want to get the cards first. Divine Feminine. Meditate and contemplate. And the union energy, please. What's going on between the two in the union space? Remember, this could be your inner masculine and inner feminine. This could be your counterpart connection. This could be just a masculine or feminine energy in general. Take it as it resonates for you. What's the union space, please? A new romantic cycle begins. Interesting. Balancing out there. We also have the... I'm going to take all three of these because I'm getting... Okay, I'll take that one too. Okay, I'll take that one too. Good grief. I'm going to read these really quick. We're going to start with the union energies, and then I'm going to get to the masculine and the feminine, because that's how I'm being guided. A new romantic cycle begins, but look at that justice energy. Look at that. I keep hearing karma balancing. So the karma, especially the karma between you guys, is balancing. What I mean by the karma is the energy exchange between you two is balancing. If there had been a very tumultuous experience, especially for those who have spent a lot of their journey with each other in physical communication, physical proximity, you might have experienced a lot of triggers, a lot of projection onto each other of your own wounding. It's not necessarily trauma that was created between the two of you, or pain patterns, or whatever it was between the two of you, karma created between the two of you, but if there was a lot of projection, it created its own karmic cycle between you two. Say, for example, that you were projecting and blaming and pushing that pain cycle of your own past trauma onto each other. That created its own kind of trauma within your connection. It created your own pain pattern within your connection. It created your own karmic cycle within your connection. I do feel like that is going to begin clearing. You might actually be clearing that in dream state. And doing a lot of healing in dream state if you're in separation or you're not in communication or contact right now. Which, interestingly enough, a number of people within my collective are experiencing that. There's been some kind of separation, non-communication, no contact, some kind of withdrawal energy within the energies. I'll point you guys to the Twin Flame Truths channelings. I have some snippets of that and excerpts of that available on a playlist here on my channel. You can check that out because I don't want to go deep into twin flames and energies and how that works. But if you want to understand how that works, separation, reunion, all that stuff, you can check out the channeling. I have the full 3-hour channeling available on my website as well. So there's a lot of karma that is balancing out right now, a lot of karma that is healing right now. And I feel like this is coming from a place of personal empowerment and embodiment for the Divine Masculines as you are becoming more self-aware, more connected to yourself, where there had been a previous disconnect, especially a disconnect between the mind and the heart. You're balancing this out within yourself. Divine Feminines, where you are just learning how to speak up, stand out, step into your personal self-empowerment, your inner authority, your authenticity, just not minding what anybody else is thinking or feeling about you, just really focused on your sacred path and your inner world, your inner intuition, your voice, your heart, where you are really just honoring yourself. That's helping to balance this out as well. So there's and we also have that romance cycle. Remember, romance is an energy of how you express love, how you express yourself. And that's what I'm feeling too. So it could come in a number of different ways. It doesn't have to be traditionally what we think of as romance, but romance is how you express yourself. It's how you express emotion. It's how you express your heart. It's how you express love. So it does feel like there is new cycles that are beginning here. It could be with your counterpart. It could be with other soulmate energies who are coming in to help teach you about relationships, or help teach you about yourself, or help you heal, or help you grow, whatever this is. Talked a little bit about that in the recent Sacred Union Energy update as well from my own personal experiences, where there are soulmate energies that might be coming in to show you more about yourself, to help you heal, wherein you weren't able to heal necessarily within this connection. So, and that's not to say that this connection, it might play out, who knows how it's going to be. For some, it could be life partners that are coming in as soulmates. For others, it could be kind of like karmic soulmate relationships. I think karmic relationships get a bad rap. Karmic relationships do not have to be negative. They could be karmic soulmate connections. Karmic relationships are just there to help you clear karma and help you to grow. So you could have those kind of relationships that are coming in to really show you what you deserve, to really honor you, to really put in the effort, to really show you how to receive love. So allow it to play out as it needs to, allow it to unfold as it needs to, without expectation. Allow yourself to surrender. So it is time to take action with the new moon in Aries. This really does feel like, with that Sagittarius energy, fire energy again, it really does feel like there is a lot more momentum that is picking up. And we were picking up on that in the spring to summer, that the rest of the year was going to be forward momentum, almost like a snowball effect. And we had channeled that the Lionsgate was the beginning of it, and it was leading into the 11/11 portal, and then even the solstice energy going to be really pivotal as well in changes and transformation. So this could be you being inspired to take action for yourself within your own lives. That is going to have a ripple effect on your union, on your inner union, your outer union, your relationship. Take it as it does resonate for you, and just allow yourself to receive it. Receive your union as the universe, as your own very soul is trying to bring it into you. But it does feel like there's going to be significant movement, significant action in these areas of your life. Allow yourself to surrender again. Allow yourself to trust and have faith in your path. Because there's always forward momentum, even if it feels stagnant, even if it feels like you're in a void. The pieces are aligning within the universe itself. Energy is aligning within the universe itself. All these pieces, where it felt like everything was up in the air, it's like coming down and settling into a beautiful picture. We just might not be able to see it just yet. That's where we have to surrender. That's where we have to have faith. And it's a certain level of faith is what I'm hearing. This is trust in yourself, and this is trust in God, trust in the divine. This is feeling connected within yourself and connected to God. And that's where the crux of faith truly lies. Not just putting it all, well, I don't want to say it like that. They're saying, wait a minute. Understanding that you are an aspect of God. So it's not just putting all your trust in yourself. That's where you step into ego, right? And it is allowing yourself to surrender to God, knowing that God is part of you. God is working with you and through you. And so that's where the more you're connected with yourself, the more you're connected with God. God is not something that is outside of you. God is always within you. Allow yourself to dream, allow yourself to believe, and allow yourself to release any energy that is just holding you back, that is no longer serving you, that is keeping you in resistance of yourself. When you are in resistance, you are, in essence, abandoning yourself, because your soul is trying to move you forward. God is trying to move you forward. But you're just in this place of resistance of yourself. Maybe it looks like you're in resistance to commitment. Maybe it looks like you're in resistance to relationship. Maybe it looks like you're in resistance to change. And this could be changing of jobs, changing of a dynamic, changing of finances, whatever this is. Maybe you are in some place resistance to something. But when you are in resistance to whatever it looks like in the external world, you're only in resistance to yourself. So allow yourself to release the resistance and let the energy flow and let the magic happen. Okay, for the Divine Masculine, we have nothing is yet set in stone. I don't feel this energy. It was interesting because it came out in the reverse, and I don't take the reversals unless I'm feeling it. And that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like I'm just getting the word plan. There's some kind of strategic planning that the Divine Masculine has, which is beautiful because that's Divine Conscious Masculine energy. Divine Masculine balances. It's the feminine energy that really goes with the flow. It's the masculine energy that has some kind of direction, that has some kind of plan. That doesn't mean that they are rigid in their plan. That's control. That's distortion. But it means they can be adaptable. They can be flexible. That's their balance within the masculine and the feminine energies. But they also have some kind of direction. They know where they want to go. They know where they're headed. They can see a little bit ahead. I feel like this beautiful conscious energy. I feel like this Divine Masculine is not just living in fantasy of this is what I wish once upon a time, but I don't believe it's ever going to happen. I feel like that was a distortion that they were in before. Perhaps they were too much in the feminine energy before. But this really feels like they are claiming a part of themselves that they had once felt like they had lost, that they had disconnected from. There's a much more grounded energy here. There's a much more present energy here, where they were just kind of really stagnant in their life as a result of this. Now they are making moves. I'm hearing that phrase specifically, making moves, and setting the stage for the next level of their life that they want. And a lot of this is occurring within them. They're making changes within themselves, by which I mean they are shifting beliefs, changing patterns, changing behaviors, looking at themselves too in a different light. And we've been channeling that for a while too. There's a sense of confidence and connectedness and esteem that's coming through, where they're beginning to realize their value, their divine value, that they are divine beings as well. There's a lot of healing and growth that is happening here. And because of that, it's like they're allowing themselves to dream again. But it's not just, like I said, daydreamy energy. It's very fiery energy, that Sagittarius Aries kind of energy. They are wanting to make choices, conscious choices and decisions that can move their life forward. As an example, as a practical example, it's like, because they're building up their inner value, because they're recognizing themselves and seeing themselves in a different light, they're beginning to, and because they're shifting their perspective on beliefs, patterns, habits, addictions, whatever this is, they're making those changes. They're beginning to lay a new foundation for their life, saying, you know what, I can appreciate where I was. That's not where I want to be. I want to work towards being more financially stable. I want to work towards being able to provide a home or a family or whatever this is for my loved ones or for my counterpart. I want to be able to be in a job that I really adore and am aligned with. Or have really feel like I am living my mission. Whatever this is, they're making practical changes, or they're starting to plan. Maybe they're setting up a business. Maybe they're setting up a website. Maybe they're setting up building their finances for a home, or whatever this is. It could be small steps, it could be big steps, but the small steps lead to the big steps, right? It's part of the process. And I feel like they are really taking those action steps for the process. Nothing is yet set in stone, yes, and they understand this, but it's not this kind of up in the air energy that they might have been in the past. This aloof energy that they were in the past. This is direction. They have a new sense of direction. They're allowing themselves to be fluid with that, not so rigid and controlling with that. This divine masculine might have been controlling in the past. It has to be done this way and this way only. Letting go of that, but also having that sense of direction. This is where I want to go. This is the path I want to take. Let's trust the universe, take action, guided action, to help me get there. This is a very new energy of the divine masculine, and it feels like it's a beautiful blend and balance, a merger, if you will, of both the feminine and the masculine energies within them, doing a lot of healing on the feminine energy. I'm also getting mother energy. A mother wound might be healing. Mother relationship or authority figure might be healing. This could be a partner. This could be an actual mother. This could be a mother figure. This could be a sister. Whatever this is, a friend. Whatever this is, it's a mother energy that is healing. And I feel like they're learning how to receive that kind of insight from the feminine energy. Could even be you, divine feminine. Not that you are in the role of mother, but it's that feminine energy. For you, divine feminines, rest. We've been hearing that for the past several weeks, the past several months, and that's just what I heard, rest. It's like in neon letters for me. Meditate and contemplate. I feel like you have been really balanced within yourself, and I like the image here of the two fish this Pisces energy. But I like it because it feels like very yin-yang. It feels very balanced. It feels very whole. And I feel like you have really been embodying the sacredness within yourself, the wholeness within yourself. You have really healed your inner masculine as well as your inner feminine. And now you're embodying that within everyday life, not just within the spiritual realms, but within physical life, everyday life. It's embodying the bridge. You are the bridge between the spiritual and the physical, and that's what we're here to do on this ascension journey, to embody, bring down the spiritual into the physical 3D realm. And that's where the grounded nature of ourselves is really important. And I feel like you are embodying this, and you've done so much work that it's like, allow yourself to rest, allow yourself that sense of reprieve. I feel like Divine Feminines, you have been go, 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 go. You have been so active, especially in your spiritual studies and especially in your healing work. And this energy just feels like, yes, take divinely inspired action. I'm getting this energy of there are opportunities for creativity, opportunities for fun, opportunities for play, opportunities for joy. And in that regards, allow yourself to act, allow yourself to move. But when it comes to the thickness, just what they're giving me, the thickness of your work, of your spiritual work, of your healing work, allow yourself that rest and reprieve. You've earned it. You've earned it. You've graduated, in a sense, from a past level and a past version of yourself and a past version of your journey. It's almost like allow yourself to take some time to reflect on this and take some time for yourself to nurture yourself. Grant yourself that space and grant yourself some time. What do we need to know for the new moon? What do we need to know for the new moon? What do we need to know for the new moon? For the Divine Masculine. Realization. And it's like that open portal, that open doorway, that gateway, that keyhole. It's like stepping through. Remember when I said really that level of self-awareness, that cognizance, that conscious awareness, that's what's coming through. And I feel like this new moon is going to birth a new beginning for them. I'm just getting a lot of crown chakra energy, and I feel like there's a lot of realizations that have been coming through, but they're really going to anchor in, really going to be integrated. It's almost like what I'm seeing is they were given, through the eclipse season especially, given pieces of the puzzle, little pieces of the puzzle that might have been triggering to them, that might have led to some tower moments. But what I'm feeling is they're going to have this aha moment. Oh, I see the big picture now. I understand it now. Those pieces, those puzzle pieces are falling into place, and they're going to have this realization. They're going to have this understanding of the greater whole. Divine Feminines, what's shifting for you? Change. I love this card because it's like where you were pushing against or resisting, there's this powerful energy that's coming through, and it's like you're no longer pushing against or resisting, you're just wielding your power. And you're saying no to anything that is pulling you away from your own power. This is a force to be reckoned with. So it's like if there's anything coming into your experience that you know that you are not aligned with, that you know is not serving your best and highest good, that you know is not matching this frequency that you're with now, there's so much energy behind you that is saying, no, this is your boundary. This is where you're honoring yourself. You're saying, I'm not allowing that into my energy field anymore. I'm not allowing that into my life. I'm not allowing that into my reality. Because I know who I am, and I am no longer abandoning myself so that this wrecking ball can come into my life. It's the energy of the past. It's the energy of old patterns, old wounding, old traumas, repeating itself. It's the karma. You're not repeating the karma anymore. You have shifted, and now you have this powerhouse energy behind you, yourself. This is you in your higher frequency now. You are the powerhouse. You and your self-embodiment are saying, you know what? I have the self-mastery to be able to hold that boundary and say, I am only going to honor myself. You might also be experiencing something new changes. But again, positive changes, because that's only what you're allowing now. You're only allowing that which matches your frequency in. So you might be experiencing some growth and some changes. I'm hearing an abundant reality within your physical world. So you might be experiencing some changes within your physical world that are drawing in an abundant new reality. This could be relationships. This could be finances. This could be career opportunities or job opportunities. This could just be you being... Period. Said Susan, stop. Period. You just being in your divine feminine energy, which is really, really beautiful. But it feels more joyful. It feels more aligned. It feels more connected. It feels more authentically you. That is the change. Beautiful. And union energies. What's coming in for the union with this new moon? What's coming in for the union with this new moon? Resistance. Interesting that we keep talking about resistance. Oh, and bottom of the... That's it. Okay. Bottom of the deck is acceptance. Beautiful. So there could be some tarot moments where you're being asked to release the resistance again. What I'm getting is, you see how she has this very tight fist here? Where are you resisting? Where are you only resisting yourself? What I'm seeing is there's so much growth opportunity that's here. There's so much that is trying to bloom and be born. And if you just release that resistance and open your hand, what happens? You meet in this beautiful union. You have that new beginning. You have that new foundation with that union with each other. It's the resistance that has to be released in order for the union and the new beginning to take place. In order for new opportunities to bloom and blossom, in order for love to be ignited again. Beautiful. All right, I want to get some tarot and just see how you're connecting to each other first. How are you connecting to each other? I'm going to use this deck. Haven't used this one in a while. Divine Masculine, how are you connecting or feeling about your Divine Feminine currently? Divine Masculine, how are you connecting with, feeling about your Divine Feminine currently? The Emperor, the King of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. With the new moon energy, you might be feeling a lot of different energies, a lot of different conflicting even emotions. With the Emperor here, and the King of Wands, I do feel like there's a lot of passion, but I feel like you're trying to control your passion. You're trying to control yourself. You're trying to control your emotions. I'm just getting drawn to the Ankh on his staff here. And I wear an Ankh necklace because I feel very connected to ancient Egypt, Isis, Osiris. And it's this... It's the life force energy. That's what I connect with the Ankh. And that's what I'm feeling here. I feel like there's this life force energy, this creation energy that's kind of bubbling up inside of you. There's a lot of passion and a lot of motion for life, for yourself, for your counterpart that's bubbling up. But I feel like you're trying to control it. You're trying to sustain it. You're trying to repress it. Maybe it's because of outside influences. Where it feels uncomfortable to share those emotions or to show those emotions. Maybe because you're so used to resisting and you're so used to not showing those emotions. But it's like this controlled energy is leading to a lot of inner pain. It's self-inflicted pain. Because that emotion should be expressed, needs to be felt. That passion is there for a purpose. It's like you're avoiding or denying your feelings, your love, your passion. Again, very controlled energy, but not almost like not in a good way. The Emperor can be a really positive card where they are a leader. They have that inner authority, that integrity, that dignity, where they allow themselves to take action. It's that King Arthur energy usually for me. But this feels almost like they're trying to control themselves to the point where they're repressing themselves. And as such, with the Four of Cups and the Five of Pentacles, they're missing beautiful opportunities because there's a very stubborn energy here. There's a very resistant energy here. It's like she's coming in like, I have it. Like she's holding space. She's saying, I have this cup here. But the universe isn't, this is the universe. And Divine Masculine is not even looking at her. With the throat chakra energy here, really suppressing their emotions, maybe even non-communicating because they're looking at the past. And there's a lot of past pain that's recycling. They have to shift this energy. They're keeping themselves out in the cold because of this. Divine Masculine is keeping themselves out in the cold because of this. There is an opportunity that wants to come in, but with that too controlled kind of energy, it's like this. It's like they might feel out of control with their emotions inside of themselves. There might be so much love coming up to the surface and so much passion, some sexual energy as well, but sexual energy is just expression, right? It's just creation energy. Wanting, desiring, longing, not in a very 3D way, but in that sacred way, feeling the connection. But there's a sense of resistance and reluctance here. There's a sense of control here. No, I've got to keep this under wraps. I've got to control myself because, again, what happens to myself if I allow myself to feel my emotions? What happens if I allow... It's all ego. That's what Spirit just said. It's all ego. It's all pride. That stubborn energy is pride. That's the resistance energy. What happens if you allow yourself to speak? What happens if you allow yourself to communicate? What happens if you allow yourself to express yourself? Well, what happens is you come out of the cold. What happens is you clear the conflict within you. What happens is you bring about peace within your connection and within yourself. What happens is you take that new opportunity that is being granted to you for a new beginning and stop repeating the past. So there's a lot of heavy emotions coming up for the Divine Masculine that they're trying to control and keep under wraps. It's a real stoic energy, but underneath is just a storm of love and emotion brewing. Let me just get some more. What's the result of this? Oh my gosh, the Sun. If they allow themselves to accept themselves, accept their emotions, move through whatever it is that they're feeling and release the resistance, happiness, pure happiness, pure love, and pure reunion with not only themselves in that very innocent nature, their soul nature, their inner child. You're reuniting with that inner child because the inner child just allows themselves to feel whatever it is that they're feeling, and it doesn't matter what anybody else says. It doesn't matter how they express themselves. Your inner child, your young child, allows yourself to feel the full spectrum of emotions without holding yourself back. This is the controlled adult, so to speak. What happens is you reunite with your inner child, you embrace your inner child, and you embrace your counterpart. Because you are one. All right, Divine Feminines, how are you connecting with the Divine Masculine or feeling for the Divine Masculine? Oh, crap. Hold on. Okay, let's try that again. Divine Feminines, how are you feeling and connecting with the Divine Masculine? Divine Feminines, how are you feeling with or connecting with the Divine Masculines? I feel, oh, there's the Five of Pentacles as well. You guys are mirroring each other again. The Eight of Wands on the bottom of the deck. I feel like you can feel this movement. I feel like you can feel your Divine Masculine. There is a sense that maybe not all the time, there might be some periods of detachment. There might be sometimes a void-like energy. But I feel like when you tune in, or even sometimes when you're not tuned in, it just comes to you, that energy, you're so connected. Your energies are so merged, and it feels just very natural. I feel like you can feel, you're mirroring this. Not only can you feel their energy and what they're experiencing, but it's like because they're leaving themselves out in the cold, because they're leaving you left out in the cold, you're feeling left out in the cold. You're feeling a little bit abandoned. With the King of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Lovers here, I feel like there is this warm, very receptive energy that's coming from you. But it's like you've become the Queen of Pentacles. You've even become the King of Pentacles. Like, this is just a higher level energy where you are grounded, you are stable. I've talked about how I love the King of Pentacles energy. It's very nurturing, very protective, very much a provider, but doesn't have to be a provider as far as material goods. This is a provider that is able to hold space, who is emotionally intelligent and mature, who is able to really understand and hold that space for the depth of the Divine Feminine, especially her emotions. I'm also getting an energy of, it's like the Divine Masculine, when he is in this King of Pentacles energy, loves the expression of the Divine Feminine, loves listening to her talk, loves listening to her express her emotions. There's this runaway energy, this avoidant energy that comes through because they want to give you the world, but they feel like they can't sometimes, when all you need from them is to hold that space for you. Just be there for you, just support you and love you and help lift you up when you can't always lift yourself up. I was talking to a friend about a week ago, and we were talking about what we want from the conscious Divine Masculine. And we just want that feeling of presence and safety because we feel so deeply. And the Divine Masculines do too. They're very sensitive. But we want to feel that sense of presence. We want to feel that sense of safety, that we can be vulnerable, that we can be expressive and not have words flung in our faces, not have somebody turn away from us, not have somebody withdraw when we're trying to be emotionally expressive and vulnerable and loving. It's that sense of safety where they can hold that space. They can be that structure. They can be that container. That's what the King of Pentacles really is. And I feel like Divine Feminines, you've really done this for yourself. You have healed your inner masculine where you can hold that space for yourself. And it's like now you are wanting that and drawing that in from the Divine Masculine with your counterpart, I should say. With your partner. And with the Judgment card here, it's like you're calling the masculine to rise. You're calling that in. You're drawing that into you. Whether this is your masculine as you know them, or this is another masculine that is matching that frequency and able to be that presence for you. Take it as it resonates. We're on a little bit of a different, differing paths right now. There's a lot of new that's coming in right now, but you're calling in and you're calling for the masculine energy, the conscious masculine energy to rise and being that King of Pentacles, be that grounded, present, conscious, space holding presence. With the Lovers card here as well, you see how they're just holding each other. It's that receiving each other, allowing yourself to receive each other rather than resisting each other, rather than pulling each other away or pushing each other away. It's receiving each other. I'm getting union energy from this. You're receiving this energy. You're feeling this energy. Might not be very physical yet, but you're sensing this, Divine Feminines. But you're also, I feel like, battling a little bit of this feeling left out in the cold. So it might be that you're sensing this energetically, but physically there's a lot of abandonment energy surrounding your connection. So take it as it resonates for you. There's a little bit of a disjointed energy here as well. Disjointed, I mean conflicting energy. So I feel like you're mirroring each other in the conflicting energy. So for the Divine Masculines, it's like they're feeling so much love underneath the surface, but they're controlling themselves. Divine Feminines, you're feeling so much love from your Divine Masculine and for your Divine Masculine, but you're also feeling a little bit left out in the cold based on how they're acting externally. So there's a balancing out that's happening here. We got that card. There's a balancing out energetically that's happening here. And I feel like the new moon energy And the new moon, they're reminding me, is not just any new moon. It's the 11/22/2022 portal. So 222s. We had the 11/11 portal that was big for twin flames, and we have the 22222222. I don't know how many twos that was, but it's big. It's a big gateway here. So it's going to be a lot of shifts. Oh gosh, this has been a long reading. Okay, so what's the result of this? What's the result of this? Nine of Wands, Divine Feminines. I feel there's a sense of patience that's coming in for the Nine of Wands. It doesn't feel like a guarded energy. It feels like, yeah, Eight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. You've done the work. You know that you've done the work. You know that you have mastered this level of yourself, and you're beginning to really embody that with the Nine of Pentacles. And Pentacles really giving me the Empress energy. But what I like about this, it's the Eight of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles. You put in the work to become this. This is you in your self-mastery, and you in your balance, you in your union energy. So with the Nine of Wands here, it doesn't necessarily feel like, yes, you've done a lot of work. You've battled yourself. You've gone through this ascension journey, and you might be feeling exhausted. But I'm also getting this kind of like patience energy. Patience does not mean passivity. Patience is holding space. Patience is allowing the process. Patience is allowing everything to unfold. And with the Page of Swords here, I do feel like there's communication that is coming in, either you speaking your truth or somebody else speaking their truth. But it does feel like there's communication coming in. I also got the Tower card. So I do feel like it's going to be unexpected. Might be a little bit of an upheaval. Let me just get a little bit more on the Tower. What's this Tower energy? The Hierophant and the Eight of Cups. I'm getting this energy of self-discovery, this awakening, this higher level of oneself, walking away from the energy that doesn't serve you or deserve you, and moving more into that which does. For some, it could be closing out cycles energetically. For some, it could be closing out relationships and in the physical that just aren't matching the higher level frequency, that which you've become. And on the other side of that, it does feel like there is a new beginning, new passion, a lot of balance with this Justice card and this Knight of Cups here as well, a lot of love. So again, it could be just closing out a cycle energetically, closing out a past version of yourself as you have been discovering and embodying more of yourself. It could be ending a relationship or a connection with somebody. Take it as it resonates for you, but it does feel like there's this Tower moment that is going to lead to a huge breakthrough. On the other side, it's going to be you knowing more about yourself, embodying more of your sacred self, really more of that self-mastery and empowerment, and more love. More love is coming in here for you. So if you're ending anything, any cycles, just know that you're ending the pain and you're moving towards walking towards that higher level love. All right, you guys, that is going to be it for this reading. I am sending you all so much love and light. Please give it a like, thumbs up if this resonated with you, and leave me a comment and let me know how you're doing with this new moon energy. So much love and light, and we'll see you next time. Bye.